Good afternoon. Hey, it is around 2 o'clock my time, which I think I told you, did I tell you yesterday? I hate the afternoon. I hate it. I am a morning person. So afternoon, it's hard for me, but I misjudged my my schedule this week when I planned this series. So I'm hoping that because the last 2 days I had to do kind of different time than I normally do, that people that don't normally get to get on are able to get on this afternoon. So let's get started. I'm Kara Lewis Newton. I'm an exclusive Black status presenter with Unique. If you'd like to know more about me or my business, you can email me or find me on Facebook under Kara Lewis Newton. I also have a lot of trainings on YouTube and a ton of makeup tutorials on there. If you want to swipe to the right or down, you can share this on Facebook or share with your followers. I'm the team leader of Team Flourish, and these are my team trainings, but I open them up to the entire company because it's more fun that way, right? Okay, so this is the final session of our party chit chat. Just touching on the top layer of parties. And so the first day we talked about just grabbing their attention right away, right? And we went through what makes a really good welcome video and how to do that and what to say. And then yesterday we talked about keeping their attention or not really worrying so much about the interaction that you get with them in your parties. And we talked about the phrase anonymous engagement, and that we as Americans love to be anonymously engaged with stuff. And I just went through my whole philosophy on anonymous engagement and the idea behind online sales. And today, we're going to be talking about ending your party well, ending your time with your hostess and her guests well. And so, you know, as you start to get to the end of your time together, whether it's, you know, whether you're doing 30 minutes, whether you're doing 5 days, whether you're doing 10 days, there is a point where you get towards, all right, we are just, have a lot of people to block today. You get to a point where you have to kind of start wrapping things up, right? So for me, because I do 10-day events or 10-day parties online, I use groups. Around day 8, I start to prep them. We're closing up shop. We have 3 more days left for you to order. I just let them know that. Never using graphics, right? Never posting a graphic that says 3 days left. Don't do that. You can post a cute picture of yourself with something that says 3 days left to order, okay? Or don't miss out. We have a lot of creepers on today, huh? Well, this will let me know not to get on in the afternoon again. Okay, so you want to start prepping them that the time is coming. They need to start ordering. I find that I get more orders towards the end of my party because, you know, they've kind of been watching to see what else I'm going to show them. And so if I let them know that I've kind of done showing the products, then I start to get some orders in. By this point, I'm going to start asking for another hostess. I want someone else to host a class with me. And so I will post asking for that, but this is how I do it. I have found that if you offer a gift to your current hostess, rather than offering a gift to host, women are much more likely to jump on board with that. Okay. So for example, I will say if 3 of Kelly's friends will host another class, I'm going to give Kelly a gift. All right. And you're much more likely to get hostesses from that. And if you rather instead, for anyone that hosts a class, I'll give a free lip gloss. They are much more likely to do something for their friend than they are if you offer them a gift. So that's what I do. Now, I won't always get 3 hostesses, but I might get 1, right? And this has happened to me in dead parties. I will sometimes get 3 hostesses out of a dead party. And this keeps your hostess working. She knows that if she can get 3 people for you, she's going to get a gift, okay? Also, present the opportunity. So I let them know I was a kidnapper. Some of you may know the picture that I post. It was one of my only pictures that went viral very early on, but I dressed like a kidnapper and I put that picture up and I just let them know you can be a kidnapper too. And I let them know how I started. Okay. So, I always want to post about the opportunity. And I always do a video towards the end thanking them. And it needs to be a video because they need to hear it from your mouth. Okay. So I do a video just thanking them for being a part of this with me, thanking them for supporting their friend, and that hopefully they learned something and that they could message me or contact me if they had any questions about the product or the business opportunity. Okay. And then finally, the next day, you want to again thank everyone for being there. If your hostess earned rewards, I always say your hostess earned so it's such and such in rewards. And then I will also post about a reminder that I need 3 ladies to give our hostess a gift, right? And then the very last post that I close the entire party out with is a video of my story and how I joined Unique. If you get on YouTube, you can see, I think it's posted my story, so that the very end just ends with the opportunity and what my story is with the company. But you'll notice all of those things happen towards the end after I've gained trust, after they've been watching me, often after they've already even purchased. Okay. I don't do that. I don't throw all that in there in the beginning. It's at the very end of the party, and some of it is after the party even closes. Okay. So what you need to remember, 50% of my parties do not qualify. Now, my average has gone up. I don't know what it is exactly right now, but I do know that my average for qualifying parties has increased over the last several months after I've become more intentional about them, after I've begun to advertise them more, and after my hostesses now are much more excited to host for me. All right. I have noticed that that has increased my qualified parties. But understand, 50% don't qualify, okay? And of the 50% that don't qualify, usually about 75% of those are 0 sales. So you're not crazy. You're not doing a bad job if you have parties that don't qualify. This happens so often. I'll have a girl in a launch. She did great in her launch. She's got 3 ladies ready to host a party, and 2 of the parties don't qualify. Normal. That's sales. That is sales. Sales is an up and down business, and you have to remember that, okay? So even someone like me, whose entire business is based on online parties, 50% of mine do not qualify. Again, my average has gone up in the last few months, but that's because I've become much more intentional about advertising for my online parties, okay? The other thing too is, I think, and I've seen this on my team even, the ladies see my PRS, or they see their PRS start to increase with online parties, and that becomes your focus. You have to have online parties to increase your PRS. Yes and no. Yes, you do. Okay, at first you do, you're right. But my focus, my reasoning for doing so many online parties is not so much to get the PRS, it's to expand my network. Because I know by expanding my network, I'm going to get more customers, I'm going to get more hostesses, and I'm going to get more presenters on my team. So to me, if a party doesn't qualify, no big deal. It was just one more step in expanding my network. I got to put myself out in front of 100, 200 women that I wouldn't normally get to do. Okay? So you have to keep that perspective. The online parties are an incredible way of expanding your network. Okay? So qualify, not qualify, whatever. You got to expand your network. It's also all about branding yourself. My online parties are sought after. Why do you think they're sought after? They're sought after because I branded them. I branded them in such a way that people want to do them. I was a superstar with online parties before anyone made me a superstar with online parties. Why? Because I made people believe that in my customer group and on my wall. You can do that too. Let it be something that people want to do, that are excited to do, that they are intrigued, all right? And you got to be intentional. You got to be intentional with advertising your parties. And you have to ask. That's the bottom line. I didn't get to where I am today. I didn't get to a place of running 34 parties at one time without asking people to host parties for me, okay? Yes, do people come to me now asking to host? Absolutely. And that's because I've put blood, sweat, and tears into branding my online business. But that doesn't mean that I don't still have to ask people to host. When I follow up, everybody gets asked, okay? I still ask within my customer base group. I still go through the birthdays on my Facebook wall and say, hey, it's your birthday this month. Let me do an online birthday bash for you, Okay. I still look at the green dots on the side of my computer screen to see who's online when I'm online. And I message them immediately and say, hey, I see that you're online right now. I'm scheduling my online classes and I'd love to add you to the list. What do you think? Okay. So I am constantly asking, and I can promise you for the amount of parties that I have done, I have had 6 times as many no's as I've had yeses. Okay. You get better at it. It's a muscle that you have to work, right? It's not something that came easy to me at first. It's something that I've had to learn, that I've had to tweak and figure out. And it's not something that's just going to magically happen for you too. It's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take patience, and honestly, it's going to take some thick skin. Okay. And it's going to have to take you switching the mindset from, I got to get sales, I got to get sales, I got to get sales, to, I got to expand my network. I got to expand my network. I got to expand my network. Okay. So this was a really short training today, but hopefully that just kind of helped you with your perspective of what, how I go into an online party, what my goal is. My goal is always to give an awesome experience. My goal is always to give the viewers something valuable and something that I think is going to boost their confidence. Okay. My next goal, expand my network. That's my next goal. Okay. My third goal, sales. Always sales. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful. What kind of questions can I answer for you? How did I brand my parties as fun in the beginning? Make a video. Make a video saying what you're doing, what they are, explain them. I have 2 videos up right now on my YouTube channel. One is talking about my Lipstick University classes. The other one is talking about what I used to call my beauty bashes. And I posted those babies to my wall, and I send them to people. I send them when I'm asking. I say, check this out. Tell me what you think. How do I get people to buy? I never talk about samples. I just say, this is an online company. We don't do samples. We have an amazing love it guarantee. You can try it for 30 days and exchange it. There isn't another company out there that you're going to find that you're going to be able to do that with. So you can't take your makeup home, try it, and then take it back to Target 30 days later. Not going to happen, right? How often do I share the party link? I put the party link in the comments of my posts. You stalked my YouTube today? I noticed my YouTube views were going up. I always post the order link in the comments. You just got to keep going, girl. Got to keep going. Can't quit. Got to be consistent. I mentioned it's the last day to buy on the last day to buy. Kudos. I'll tell you, the thing with kudos is, sometimes I love them and sometimes I don't. And I'm a firm believer in selling the things that I love. That doesn't mean I won't sell the things that I don't love, because there are a lot of things that are not my favorite that people absolutely love. I don't wear the BB cream, but that's because it doesn't go well with my skin type. But I sell a ton of BB cream because I know that it works great for dry skin, right? For kudos, same thing. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. This last month's kudos didn't work great for me. You can see I have really big eyebrows. Eyebrow stencils are not something that is a necessity in my life. Really hard for me to demo a video for it. So I pick and choose which kudos I want to promote, because I don't, those are still to me a little salesy. It's hard to talk about the kudos without using a bunch of graphics. And I really need to feel great about it, So I would rather create my own thing than a kudos that I don't feel great about. But we're all going to feel differently about different kudos, right? Do I do a giveaway? No, I never do giveaways. I focus on my favorite products. In my VIP group, yes, I do giveaways in my VIP group. Yep. Yeah, I focus on the products I love the most. Those are the ones that I can get the most excited about, and those are the ones that I feel the most confident doing videos on. How did I initially expand your network out of my friends? Online parties. That's how I did it. I think a graphic is something that does not have a picture of a person in it. Okay. That could be a meme. That could be a saying. It can even be an inspirational thing. It's fabulous, but our eyes are trained to skip over anything that doesn't have a person in it. I always use this metaphor. It's kind of like, or analogy. It's kind of like when you're looking at someone's vacation pictures. Okay. You can only look at landscape pictures for so long. You know, like it's really pretty, but after about the 10th one, you're like, okay, I'm ready to see some people again. Or pictures of food. You know, we would much rather see a picture of people eating the food or a picture of people standing on the beach than we would just of the beach, right? It's the same thing with our parties. Have I done vendor events? I don't do vendor events. I have ladies on my team that love them. It does not work with my life and my schedule. I think that's part of this business, is figuring out what works for you, what works for your schedule, right? What is not going to burn you out and stress you out. For me, because of my life, I have 3 little kids. I have a husband whose job is really demanding, right? Doing home parties and doing vendor events doesn't work in our life right now. And honestly, it stresses me out and it's not worth it. So I put all of my eggs into the online party basket. But it took me a little while to figure that out. Once you figure that out, go all in on what you can be good at, okay? Yes, so the reason on my Facebook wall, I try to keep that for customers. And so I will advertise about my business trainings on Periscope because I think that's good for customers to see. I think that gives them confidence in me, right? But I won't do my business trainings on my Facebook wall. I will only do makeup tutorials on my wall because all of my customers follow me too. Do I ever feel like people will think I'm full of myself? I don't care because I'm not, but that's a great question. I don't think so. I think what it does is it shows that you're confident, it shows that you're passionate about the product, and it shows that you wear it. You know, if you go into a party and everybody else, and they're showing pictures of everyone else but themselves wearing the product, I'm going to start to wonder, like, do they actually wear it? Do they actually have the product? Because I see that in a lot of other direct sales companies where there's a lot of before and after pictures, a lot of, pictures of other people, and it's not actually them. And most of the time you can tell they don't even know who the person is in the picture. And to me, what that says is I stole this picture from someone else. I Googled this on Pinterest and I'm just throwing this up here. And I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it. Without realizing it, you really do think that. So I think it shows them that you've put thought and work into your party. All right, any other questions? I usually talk about 1 to 2 products a day, and it usually is in the same, like eyes, lips, face. A training on how to sponsor. I just posted one on my YouTube channel last night. My half off items, I will use those to incentivize parties. So if somebody would like to host a class with me, then they get a half off item. And I have a lot of half off items, so it's really easy to do that. Yes, I do name it with their name. So I'll call it like Kelly's Lipstick University. I do post for all 10 days. I post 3 times a day, 10 straight days. Actually, it ends up being 12 because there's actually an extra day in our 10 online party. And then I do the day after just to kind of wrap things up. So, all right. Is that it? Are there any other questions? Do I ever have people leave parties? Oh, I'm sure that I do. And that's fine. I mean, I do it all the time. You know, I think that's how I would hope. That's what I would hope people would do. If they don't want to be there, then just leave. Don't make a big deal out of it. No need to message me. No need to message your hostess. Just leave. I've never had someone message me, and I've never had someone message one of my hostesses saying they didn't want to be there or they were upset for being added. I just said this last night on a training with another team as far as how people get added. I use Facebook groups, but I think you can do groups. I think you can do events. I think you can do whatever you want. Okay. I personally, groups have worked for me. And so I'm not going to change that. It's worked. I've not had anyone complain to me about it. Okay. I think we complain about it a whole lot more than people actually do. We as presenters and direct sales people, okay? But for my hostess, if she were going to do a home party for me, I would not tell her who she had to invite, how she had to do it, and with what invitations, okay? I would let her make that decision. I would let her decide how she wanted to do it, how many people she wanted to invite. I would give her some guidelines. Like, they usually go well if you invite this many. They usually go well if you use this type of invitation or this type of wording in your post. Okay. I would do that, but I'm not going to tell her who and how to do it. Same with an online. Okay. It's her online party. All right. I'm running it for her. If she wants it to go well, she can do it however she can be as involved or not involved as she wants. Right. Cause for me, I'm expanding my network. That's my my business goal in this is expanding my network. You know, I want her to earn rewards. So that's up to her and how she wants to go about inviting her friends and getting them involved. All right. I don't have people negative in my party. To be honest with you, I really don't. But I would delete it. That's what I would do. Is there a new way to do a mystery hostess party? I think my customer base group knows what those are. Okay. So if I say to them, somebody is going to win all of the rewards, I don't need to say if you place an order because they kind of know that. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. All right. If you have a party that literally gets nothing. Okay. More often than not, the hostess was not involved. She is MIA. That happens a lot. No involvement from her. I don't feel bad whatsoever. Okay. Because she wasn't involved at all. If she was really, really involved, she usually doesn't get negative towards me. I put a lot of time and hard work into my parties and they know that, they see that, they've usually been a part of it. They typically just feel bad for me and I let them know. No sweat off my back. I'm very organized about this. It's not a big deal. You let me expand my network and I'm just grateful that you let me do this for 10 days. So I don't have hostesses getting upset with me because they didn't earn rewards. They usually feel bad rather than they're mad at me. How long does it take me to develop a script? Usually, I don't know. If I just sit down one afternoon, I can usually write the script out. Have I ever done a party for men? Yes, I did one over Christmas. And if you look in my YouTube, you'll see the video for that. I create a new party script twice a year. How am I expanding my network? Because they're going to remember me and I'm going to post the link to my customer base group, which people do click on and join. If anyone comments or talks in the party at all, I make sure I send them a friend request. For me, I have an app. So I talk about the app and I ask them to download the app. And I've had people come back to me after being in one of my parties and be like, you know what? I think I do want to have a party or I do want to order, and they find me again. My app is called Kara's Beauty Base. Feel free to download it. It's free. Yes, I use groups. I have an app for my business. For my customers. Do I ever send samples? I don't. That's one of those things. I know a lot of girls do samples and it's fabulous. I wish I could. I wish that I was able to do that. There are certain things in my business that I have just had to say, no, I can't do that. And samples are one of them. I don't do deliveries. It's just, I'm at a place and at a level where I have to say no to that. So I don't do that. All right. Yeah, if they comment and interact and we've chatted in the party, I absolutely send a friend request. And this is new. So like last year at convention, I wouldn't have done that. Okay. This is why you have to come to my convention class because I'm changing what I do weekly. Social media is constantly changing. And so I'm constantly changing the way that I'm doing it. But what I have found is that in my online parties, they are connecting with me. They are feeling a connection with me through the videos, and they are, by the end of it, feeling like we're friends. I don't feel that way because I'm not seeing videos of them, but they do feel that way with me. So if I send them a friend request, it's really not odd to them. They've just spent 10 days watching probably 15 of my videos. They don't find it odd at all. I find it more odd than they do, okay? So, if you've done it well and if you've really connected without knowing that you've connected because of your videos, they're not going to find it strange that you've sent them a friend request. Okay. How do I handle privacy? My Facebook wall is my business page for the most part. And so it is public. My husband and I have talked about it. I'm very careful what I post about my kids and our personal life. But I have made the decision that my Facebook wall is public, and it was a really good business decision for me. So, but I am very careful about what we put up there. Yes, I will be in St. Louis. I will be teaching one of the sessions at convention. I'm so excited. No, I usually send them friend requests. If we're chatting, I send them friend requests because I know they're online and I'm fresh on their mind. I'll send it right then. I think we'll be getting an email where you can, yeah, this year you have to register for classes. So like if you don't get in, then you don't get in. Where last year that wasn't the case. There was no, there were no, registration for classes, but there are this year. Yeah, I call it customer-based group. That's just what Team Flourish calls it. So. Because to me, it's like, it's my base. It's what I always go back to. It's what everyone goes back to. No, I never post in the classes once they're done. I leave that. I've agreed with the hostess to do 10 days, and I just want to respect that, and I don't want to go beyond what she and I have agreed upon. Because for me to post after the party closes, her link's not open, and then it's really just about me, Yes, you can watch this for 24 hours. I don't delete them when I'm done. Sometimes I'll just remove myself though. How did I get my own app? My husband built it for me. And let me tell you, it is not an easy process, but he works for a mobile app company. So I kind of have a little bit of an in. He's amazing. And I am so proud of my app. I love it. He did such a great job. Will I post? I'm sure that it'll get recorded, the convention class. Yes, I think they're going to have us register this year for classes. Yes, my team is allowed in my customer base group. Yeah, my team is allowed access to everything of mine because I want them to grow. And part of the benefit of being on Team Flourish is you can have all my stuff. But they know that, it's not going to get them very far just to use my stuff, but they definitely can use all my things to be inspired by. So, yeah. I have started posting in the order that I apply them. Yep. How involved am I in my elites pages? Not very. I will comment and encourage, but very little involvement unless I need to be. So they're awesome. My elites are amazing. They lead very well. Okay. All right. I think that's it. We've winded down on the questions. I hope that this added value to you, for your business. I hope that you learned a little bit. Like I said, this just kind of touched the surface of all of the nitty gritty that goes into the craziness that happens inside my head where it comes to my business. But hopefully at convention, I will be able to get a little bit more in depth about just some of my ideas and my thoughts behind different ways of doing my business and why I feel like I have been successful and the things that I've done and the things that I have done that did not work. So I'm really excited about that. And I just want to thank you all for tuning in for the last 3 days. And like I said, you can follow me on Facebook, sending me a friend request. I'm not going to be able to accept it. I have to save that for my customers and my teammates. Okay. So follow me though, because I said my Facebook is public. You'll see everything. You won't miss a thing. All right. You can go check out my YouTube stuff and there's different categories. So if you look under the trainings, you'll find all my trainings. I think that's it. And yeah, you can download the app too. The app has a training section. So you can actually go to that too. So next scope topic. I have no idea. I'm working on a new series for my customer base group. So I got to do that first. And that's going to take me a little bit of time. But I don't know. I'm doing a training. This is crazy. Are you ready? I'm doing a training in Indianapolis. Where I'll be doing training. I'm also doing the Empower You in Pittsburgh. Who's going to be in Pittsburgh? I'm so excited. So I'll be doing 2 sessions in Pittsburgh and then I have convention in August. So I don't know how many online trainings I'll be doing between now and convention, just because I have 4 that I have to prepare for. Brand new, new PowerPoints, new topics. Can you feel me getting a little overwhelmed? Yeah, it gets me a little overwhelmed. Yeah, so Pittsburgh is actually 2 brand new topics, 2 brand new, completely brand new trainings. So practice here. So I definitely need to spend some time working on that. And I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks, but so yeah, so I will see. I don't know. I will definitely be doing makeup tutorials on my Facebook wall. So make sure you watch me for that. I may even be doing one tomorrow, actually, since it's been a while. So, all right. Have a fabulous day. I have got to go get a cup of coffee because I'm about ready to put my head down and go to sleep. This is the Carol hair you get in the afternoon. Yeah, she's not quite as spunky as the one in the morning, and her lipstick's coming off. So, all right. Thank you. Have a great day.